Hey everybody, Mrs. Norris here. So today we are going to start our next DBQ, and in March 2021 we'll be doing our next DBQ a little bit differently than the way that we have done DBQs in the past. This is something that is definitely new to me and may or may not be new to you. So I want to make sure that I cover all of the bases so that this activity runs smoothly for everyone. So right now what you are doing is you're looking at the step one page. But before I move on to the step one for this activity, I just want to look at the modules. So you can go ahead and continue watching this tutorial. You do not need to click on your modules link at all. So this module for our next DBQ, you can see that we have all of the pieces here. Okay, now the dates, if you're watching this outside of March 2021, might be a little bit different. Maybe the steps are going to be the same. Maybe I've taken something out. But for this time around, this is what this is going to look like. So we have the step one that we're going to be looking at today, where I'm going to show you how to connect to our class in DBQ Online. Because this is the first time many of us have used the DBQ Online, I'm going to show you in the next activity a walkthrough of the different tools that you can use with this resource. And then you can see that the pieces of the DBQ have been broken down into pieces with the final essay as our final assignment. Okay, and for each of these to be able to move on to the next task, you do have something to submit or mark as done or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to return to our step one. We're a little bit rushed here in March 2021 because the end of the semester is coming sooner than we thought with the end of virtual learning for some of us. So we're going to have to kind of move through this one a little bit quicker than we did in the past, but I think using the DBQ Online resource might make it a little bit better for you. So let's connect. So I'm going to look at the directions first, okay, and it says you're going to connect to our class by clicking on the clever icon. So we have our link here. Don't click on it yet, just watch what I'm doing, okay? You're going to log in using your student email. So you may have an image, something similar to this. Okay, log in with your student email. Today, I will be logging in with my teacher login, but you're going to log in by clicking on the Google login. You're going to find and click on the DBQ Online icon. And our screens in Clever might look a little bit different. There are 3 different ways that I can find DBQ Online. It's going to look like this. You may have different wording, like instead of more apps, it might say other resources or something like that. Okay, so you can either find it in your favorites tab, you can find it in the more apps section, or it may say again something like online resources, or you can click in the search bar DBQ Online and you'll see it here. And I'll show you that in just a second on my dashboard. Okay, our class code will be here right now because this is the practice. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's just because it's the practice. Pay attention to what your class code is because it will be different than this. This is just for practice, okay? And then here we have at the bottom a little video to show us what this is going to look like, and then I'm going to walk you through it myself, okay? So let's start by watching this little video together. Okay, so let's do those steps. All right, so I'm going to click on the clever icon. Now, again, for you as a student are going to log in with Google. So you're going to log in with your student ID information, your student Google login. I'm going to go ahead and click teacher login. Okay, so but you can see I've done the same thing. I've used my school email for this login. Okay, so once you're logged in, again, your dashboard might look a little bit different. You are looking for the DBQ Online. So because I've favorited it, it's in my favorites section. It's also down at the bottom in my More Apps section from the district, but if it wasn't in either one of those places, I could go to the top right-hand corner and I could type in DBQ Online or DBQ Project. So maybe I'll change the wording of that so that we know what you're looking for. DBQ Project, single sign-on. So that's what we're going to be looking for. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Now mine automatically logs me in. Yours does not. So again, if we go back to that video at the bottom, what it's going to do is it's going to take you to, and I'm going to go back to this. So we've done those 2 steps. Now, you can see that yours may look something like this. So you're going to have your DBQ Online class code that you're going to put here. So your class code is right here in this tutorial video. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yours will obviously be different. So you're going to do that and then click right where it says join a class. So let's watch them do this and then you'll see the join a class button. Okay, so now we have the join a class button. All right, so when you are done with all of those steps, that's not what I wanted. Your dashboard will look something similar to this. Okay, this is obviously my demo class, but you will have our first DBQ and it will say view. So what I want you to do, what you're going to submit, so you do have to submit something to be able to move on. So you're going to be submitting a picture. So you're going to take a picture of this screen here. Okay, so I'm going to show you that. I'm going to take a picture of the class so I know that you've been added into it. Okay, and then that is what I'm going to be submitting into this assignment so that you can get credit. So it is worth points. It is something that is going to have points attached to it. So you want to make sure that you get it done. Change the screenshot name to your first and last name. And then DBQ Online dashboard. So again, my first and last name, and then DBQ Online dashboard. That's what I'm going to name that file, and then I'm going to submit it into this assignment to be able to move on to the next task.